Hello, welcome back to Pesterquest. I'm gonna try to get through this fairly quickly, actually, because I just found out that it doesn't matter how slow I do this, because apparently the final round isn't coming out for another month. So, what's the point in waiting? None. Anyways, today has been a terrible day. My Discord account has been shut down temporarily, not permanently, and I won't be able to get back on it for like 3 to 5 days, probably. Hopefully I can get back on it then, maybe even sooner. And, I'm pretty sure something in my mouth is, like, actually broken. Like, there's a little piece of skin inside my mouth next to my wisdom tooth, I think, that's like feels broken. So yeah, I didn't have a very good day. Anyway, Rose, Volume 2, Something Beyond the Sky. I'm really fucking cannons. How do they work? Oh god, this will be good. Something Beyond the Sky. Of course, gotta go to warnings. Alcohol. Alcoholism, underage drinking, neglectful parenting. Home suck didn't need warnings. And then what about credits? What's the song for this gonna be called? Please support the Trevor Project. Oh, Dave wrote Prelude, huh? That's interesting. Anyway, no, I don't want to load. I want to go to Rose. On the advice of your new friend John, you go to visit one of his close comrades, close only figuratively speaking, since it seems she lives all the way on the other side of the country. That's no problem for you though, since your new powers let you hop anywhere, anytime, even to places that don't exist. Well, you think your powers let you do that, you just have this distinct metatextual feeling that you can go pretty much that you could pretty much go anywhere at this point. You know, that doesn't make any sense. I wonder how we're gonna get to the trolls. There's nothing that doesn't make sense about friendship, though. And that's exactly what you're about to do. Friendship, that is. You're about to do some friendship by making a new friend. Her name is... You check your notes. Rose. This is her house, apparently. Looks kind of weird and modern, and it's situated in the middle of the woods for no good reason you can think of. Also, it's pouring rain, which is not what you would describe as ideal friend making conditions. God, I'm stumbling over my words a lot. But can you blame me? Look at this. It's exciting. I want to see more of Rose's house. Still, nothing stops the mailman, not from delivering mail nor making friends. Rather famously, rain and other similar weather patterns provide no deterrent to the performance of its duty. And there's no duty more important than friendship. Oh boy. Suddenly, a woodland girl approaches. Who goes there? Oh, it's a new friend of Rose, obviously. There's literally no one else this could be. I mean, there's Mom. Mompsy. Roxy. Mompsy. Yeah. How do I pronounce Mompsy? Mompsy. Bleh. Hard pronunciation. Ow. Tooth. This is nice. Like, can you introduce yourself? You are the cool mailman who John told her to expect a visit from soon. You would doff your mail hat to signal a friendly greeting, except recently you accidentally dropped into a sewer along with all your other mail-specific clothes, as well as the mail you're supposed to deliver, as he explained to her gratuitously in an unconvincing manner. It's not a great start, you admit, but you've done much worse. You are not a mail. I knew it. I knew she would see straight through it. But the fact that that's the first thing she says. Yikes, you're busted almost immediately. You briefly consider whether you should double down on the lie and try to say something mailman-like, or whether the right call is to come clean since she's clearly too smart for this amateur bullshit. But it's taking a few seconds too long for you to decide, which looks guilty as hell. That's it. The jig is up. You slouch in defeat. You ask her if she would please consider not telling John. Your heart couldn't take it if you found out your entire friendship was based on a lie. You want me to keep a secret from one of my best friends to protect the feelings of a random buffoon who I've never met and arbitrarily showed up to my house in a remote wilderness like a creep? Yes! Yes, that's what you want. It's an interesting proposition, if for no other reason than its audacity. I admire your resolve in the face of humiliation. This doesn't mean we're friends, though. Oof, what rough. Well, that's fine. You're hopeful. Your mind is fuzzy, but you think you remember this. You're good at this. You're excellent at making people like you through underhand means. You can't wait to take advantage of the 13-year-old girl's goodwill. Okay, wow, not like that. Let's not be fucking weird. In fact, let that be the last creepy thought you have for comical purposes. S-grade jokes only. Let's all get our brains out of the gutter. Or should you say, out of the sewer? Rose raises a thin brow. There's something unsettling about her deep violet eyes. You're pretty sure most humans don't have eyes like that, but what the fuck do you know? You're a stranger around these parts. Did John have... Hold on. Oh, actually, I can just load this and see. John. Okay, his blue eyes are very apparent. I wonder if that'll be the case for Jade. And I wonder what about the trolls. Oh well. Wait, aren't you a human too? Whatever, it's not a big deal. Not when there are friends to be made! Or something. Do you want to come inside unless I'm interrupting your internal monologue, of course? Far be it from me to ever cut short any sort of navel-gazing sidebar. It's just ever so slightly wet out here. You would absolutely love that. Give me a second. I might have... Okay, I don't know if I accidentally clicked forward or not, but you would absolutely love that. If it's not too much trouble, of course. You wouldn't want to put Rose out. You're lying, though. You're 100% fine with being absolutely infuriatingly obnoxious if it means making a friend. Rose purses her lips, considering. Your predilections towards mailman mimicry weren't all that John told me about. Oh? He also said that you had certain powers. Powers of teleportation and time travel. I told him that he must be mistaken since it's a well-known and accepted fact that magic, although a popular and highly engaging subject of fiction, is fake as hell. Oh, your zappy powers? No, those are totally real and not fake. Real in a different way than you being a mailman is real, since that is actually made up. Is that so? Prove it. You shrug, easy enough. You hold out a hand, and after a moment of hesitation, Rose puts her fingers in yours. Her nails are long and sharp and painted a glossy black. She closes her eyes and her umbrella droops. Should I picture my room or something similar? I'm not quite sure how this is supposed to work. She still thinks you're fucking with her. You tell her that you guess she can do that if she wants. You zap the two of you inside the big modern house, and when you open your eyes, you find yourself in a large, messy bedroom. Finally, okay. Here's a common misconception about Rose. Sure, she's smart and practical and stuff like that, and she does like elegant stuff, but she is not a neat freak. She is not a hyper organizer. Nothing like those. Like, look at this. Her room is a fucking mess. She's not especially tidy or anything. Rose is just another person after all. And there was really nothing special about her before Suburb got involved. Honestly, the only actual person I have trouble really seeing as like a normal person would probably be Dirk, who I'm pretty sure is gonna be like the last route, because Roxy was already confirmed to be the next one, volume 13. Yeah. And Dirk's route is probably going to be extra long, considering the fact that they're taking a longer little break to work on it. Da, 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 da. Anyway. Oh. She drops her umbrella. You really did that. Rose stands in the center of her room in full rain gear. Her boots track muddy prints into the thick white carpet. Surprise! You really are magic. Rose puts a small hand against her perfectly painted black lips. She seems momentarily lost for words, and you get the feeling that it's not a thing that happens very often. Her eyes are wide and deeply purple. They're sparkling, you might even say. Hold on, I'll be right back. Stay here. Don't go out into the hall. It's not safe. You tell Rose to take her time. You're happy to just stand here dripping onto her nice clean floor. She leaves the room and you take the opportunity to examine your surroundings a little more closely. The bed is unmade, books are strewn over the floor carelessly, and a collection of half-drunk cups of coffee crowd the desk. Half-finished knitting projects lie in soft piles all over the room. In fact, there's a lot of evidence that this room is often occupied by someone with a lot of interest who has trouble settling down and putting her attention to one thing at a time. Rose has ADHD? I kind of find that hard to believe, honestly. Like, just mainly the walkthrough. So much time was put into that walkthrough. And, you know what, I'm stuck Rose's walkthrough. There. Look at this. This is very long, and there's some missing parts to it too. Like, here, there's a frickin' missing part. But I guess other than that, yeah, other than that, I think everything is still here. Do we actually? I don't know. Oh well. I find it hard that even if Rose did have a lot of interruptions in making that, with the whole game stuff happening, I still find it hard to believe that she has ADHD and wrote that. Because when she wrote the sections all at the same time. Anyway, man, you relate. Not with interest, but with friends. You can't imagine settling for just one. Rose has a number of posters on the walls, although nowhere near as many as your friend John. A calendar hangs beside the window, days ticked off with little X's, all the way up to 4/13, which is circled. You step closer to read the year date up in the corner. 2009? But What the hell do you care about the date? You can make friends any day of the damn week, rain or shine, night or day. Rose sure is taking a while out there. She told you that it wasn't safe out in the hall. Maybe she hadn't just been quipping. Maybe she's actually in trouble. What should he do? Well, it's her house. She knows how it works, right? She told us to stay here, so we probably should stay put. Oh, casual clothes. Your patience pays off almost at once. Rose is back and looking significantly more put together. Also, she's brought you a towel. Here. I'm not overly attached to anything in here. It's mostly just childish nonsense I haven't yet bothered to rid myself of, but I'd appreciate it if you tried not to drip on any of the notebooks. She has chains out of her raincoat and boots, and she's dressed in a neat black skirt and a white skirt with a purple blob thing with tentacles. What is it with these kids in their blob shirts? Now that's dealt with. Please sit down. She crosses her legs. You suddenly feel like you're at a job interview. Friend interview. You wish you were a little less damp. Actually, let's switch places. You're still pretty wet. You don't want to get her bedspread messed up. Don't worry about it. That's what washing machines are for. Now, let's talk about magic. Which, up until now, I have always taken for granted as being something confined to storybooks. Rose takes a wistful look towards her bedroom window, grayed over and blurry with raindrops. You get the feeling that she's doing it for effect. Maybe that's why she wanted you to switch places. Okay, that's good. And then comes you, the not a mailman with a penchant for showing up and attempting to make friends with unwitting children. Well, fair, she's got you there, but honestly, she might be a child. She might be a child, but she really doesn't seem to be unwitting. On the contrary, she's really quite witty. I'm glad you noticed. She folds her hand and clears her throat. You think that if she had any notes, she would be shuffling them. And so, the question remains, are you a good witch, or a bad witch, or are you a wizard? We've already established that you are not a public servant. Is there a difference between a witch and a wizard? Of course there is, but exactly how specific of a difference can vary. According to some works of fiction, a wizard is just a witch's male counterpart. But in certain mythologies, for instance Arthurian legend, the difference appears to be class-based. Wizards reside at court and are classically trained, while witches are self-taught and run wild through the forest. I won't deny that these differences tend to often be gendered as well. You ask her which one she is, a witch or a wizard. Me? Rose shifts, uncrossing and recrossing her legs. You shrug and say she just seems to know a lot about them. I know a thing or two, but can I tell you a secret? Oh my god, Rose, she has no idea how much you would love to hear a secret. I find them, wizards I mean, utterly reprehensible. They disgust me. Everything from their foppish robes to their grizzled beards. It's my mother who is the wizard enthusiast in this house. Although, she glances from side to side theatrically. Most of the things Rose does seem to be at least a little bit theatrical. She kneels on the carpet beside a clutter of books. I don't show these to many people. Actually, I haven't shown them to anyone. Not even John? John seemed to be a pretty cool guy. Definitely a guy worth sharing a few secret notebooks with. Rose laughs. No, I haven't shown them to John, and I've only shown Strider to punish him. That's a plot hole. Like, Mr. Dave Strider. Nope. Wizard. Journal. Ah, here. Yeah, Dave tricks Rose into giving him the code for Rose's journals. And he reads the journals like he hasn't actually seen them before. And when Dave accidentally lets the wizard fanfiction slip later on, Rose actually questions on how he knew that it was wizard fanfiction. It wasn't actually wizard fanfiction in question, but he still knew about it, and Rose was surprised. So that's a plot hole. You nod, You nod, pretend that you know who this Strider person is. You are a totally normal dude with an absolutely ungodly number of friends. A shadow moves through the center of you, a trembling moment of deja vu. You do have a lot of friends, don't you? That feels true, but only people you know here are John and now Rose. Weird. Try to put it to from your mind and listen to Rose again. She is still talking about this mysterious Strider, flipping through one of the journals too quickly for you to see anything specific, only that it is full from cover to cover. As if my modest writings are the sole source of homoerotic tension in his life, when his brother is the one who insists on filling their home with a sort of dick butt for ironic purposes. Rose rolls her eyes. Oh boy, you missed the beginning of that. It probably made way more sense than it seemed like. Rose is searching through her notebooks, checking markings on the spine that seemed to be some sort of cataloging system of arcane symbols. Ooh, interesting. Where is... oh, right. She does another quick and complex with her fingernail. She does something quick and complex with her fingers. And another notebook pops into existence and falls into her lap. You gape. She really is a wizard! What? It's just a Silodex. A child could use one. Here. Oh boy. That's... Yes. This notebook has a couple drawings in it, but most of it is filled with small, neat handwriting in lavender ink. Is Rose writing a book? No, don't be silly. I'm writing 4 books at least. 5 depending on whether I decide to flesh out Kelmas's backstory. It isn't strictly necessary, but it does add a certain amount of valuable character insight, which renders their actions in later volumes more sympathetic. Not that I need all my anti-heroes to be sympathetic, I'm just thinking of what the literary reviewers would say. You nod. Smart! You would have never thought of what the literary reviewers would say. She's honestly pretty impressive for someone her age. Age has nothing to do with it, but don't get carried away, it's only a rough draft. So maybe that wasn't a plot hole, I don't know. We'll see. You ask her if you can take a look. She hesitates, but you doubt she would have shown it to you if she didn't want you to look. What the hell? If you can't trust a strange spherical imprint you met outside in the rain, who can you trust? Oh god. Oh fuck. That kind of mirrors her meeting Doc Scratch when she enters the game on the land of light and rain. So technically, meeting a strange spherical imprint outside in the rain. Fuck! Right? Your thoughts exactly. Rose hands you the notebook and you open it at random, letting fate guide your hands. Oh, fuck. Here we go. Fricklish bothered his beard, as if uncaking a hitch in a long silk windsock. A more pedestrian audience would parse exhibit as nervous composing behavior to petition contempt among the reasonable. He was, however, not surrounded by the reasonable, but the wise, a distinction in men that would forever be the difference in history's garland of treasured follies. As a matter of fact, his cadre of fellow wizards were all putting similar moves on their beards as well. The practice would evince thoughtfulness, sagacity, even, if they didn't do it all the time. Sitting in line at the bank, shooting squirrels from bird feeders. Few occasions were safe. This is the same one, like the same excerpt. Like, seriously, Andrew Hussey had, like, a majority of the book. Maybe not a majority, but a good amount of the book written. Like, you could have at least used a different excerpt. Of course, it'd probably be better to ask Andrew Hussey for permission, but still. I wonder if I should ever do, like, a reading of this, like, in full. I could try. Maybe. Sergeant inspected a clue, a single piece of evidence cradled in his curious old man palms. It was a human bone, not striking in the tale it told alone, so much as that told by the thousands like it, festooning the marshy soil of the mass grave. The grisly expanse wore the texture of a decadent desert, like one of Smarty's formidable custard trifles wobbled out on wheels for the holidays, to the dismay of a small nation. You're certain of this? Asked Friglish. Despite what he was doing with his beard, he was, in fact, immersed in meaningful contemplation. I am afraid I am becoming more so with each terrible tick roused by that gaudy timepiece slung around your neck. In case it wasn't clear, Friglish wore a clock Zazapan didn't care for. It was magic. The massacre of Cyrus Nelf was not as written. Oh. Huh. Interesting. This is like the exact same bit in Rose's handwriting. A bit hard to understand, but still understandable. Wow, this is pretty dense, but smart. You stroke your own imaginary beard and pretend to ponder the deeper meaning. Yes, intriguing. Zazapan and Freilish. Clearly there is some history there. Yes, clearly. But what the two of them shared went beyond simple romance. That's why it has gone so spectacularly sour. Rose becomes increasingly more animated as she tells you about her gay wizard OCs. Oh god, I didn't realize that was gay. That only makes it better. Like she is far more interested in them than she is in herself. That's depressing. Ah. They share an intellectual bond, a mutual dedication to knowledge and the preservation of such. The goal of the learned is to master wisdoms and keep it from general dissemination into the main populace of wizards. They feed it to their apprentices in drips and drabs. Of course, this will eventually lead to ruin. Of course, you flip further in the book, searching for the part where it leads to ruin. Ruin sounds interesting. Oh boy! Finally, we're going to see more. I am intrigued. Zazaban knew he would see his wayward apprentice again, but knew it like he knew the tide would turn and the sun would play to its zenith as each inexorable day passed. Now, they stood dramatically opposed across an overgrown chessboard. His apprentice's eyes were hidden behind dark glasses, but Zazaban knew that if he could see them, they would be riddled with the madness of the void. Callimessus wasn't here for justice or for revenge. They were here exclusively because Zazapan had something they wanted. Something they were owed. You flip through the notebook, checking out the drawings. There are lots of wizards, each more bearded and venerable than the last. One of the pictures, the most recent maybe since it's on the very last page of the journal, is of two wizards, twins maybe. They have gray hair and are wearing slick green suits and are standing back to back with their arms entwined, staring into the middle distance. It's very anime. You compliment Rose on her artistic prowess. Yes, thank you, they're alright. I'm a much better writer than I am an artist. Isn't everybody? Then again, there are some legitimately amazing artists who do not write well at all, so I don't know. You tell her you think she's really good, way better than you. You're absolutely positive she's going to be famous one day. I appreciate the encouragement even though I know you're just trying to flatter me due to your strange thirst for affirmative experiences. John told me all about that. Damn, busted. But you really do think she's talented. It's fine. It's not as if my social calendar is full out here in the middle of the wood. Don't tell anyone I said that I don't have many friends, and don't tell them I've been trying he to be insufferable. He? Dave. Never mind. You're sure, Rose, that our secrets are safe and hand back her journal. You're really excited about your new friend, if you might be so bold, and her wizard stories, although... Wait, hadn't she said that she hated wizards? What's your point? Well, you're no expert on wizards or on Rose, but it seems like she actually does seem to like them because she has several notebooks full of wizard fiction. You aren't trying to get real here, but maybe it's possible her mom isn't the only one in the family who likes wizards. Rose pulls her book out of your hands. That and the rest of the books vanish into thin air. Oh right, that must have been that. What had she called it? Silodex? She doesn't look angry exactly, but the lines around her mouth and eyes that softened as she talked about her book have hardened back up. Her eyes glitter menacingly. Oh, is that right, Frood? Well, why don't you diagnose me? Oh, hey, wow, you weren't trying to be condescending or whatever. Clearly. Were you aware that it is a common psychological phenomenon for an individual to react to trauma by creating fictional representations of that which has caused them bodily harm or emotional dismay? Rose, you little shit, you can't weasel out of this one. To suggest that the portrayal of those fictional renderings somehow condones them or supports them is absolutely absurd. So, what she's saying is that she draws wizards to cope. Rose rises regally to her feet. The lightning turns her into an ethereal silhouette. What I'm saying is that I don't need to justify my fictional predilection to you or to anyone else. No, she's totally right. You're sorry that you suggested she might like wizards. It was horribly presumptuous and not at all the way a friend should act. You're so sorry. You promise it will never happen again. No, I don't suppose it will. She's not gonna be friends with us, is she? Fuck. It's probably just because Rose's hair is such a pale blonde, but it almost looks like she's glowing in a dim bedroom. Like, light behaves a little differently around her than it does on everything else. So I guess the power went out, huh? Would you look at that? It appears the rain has lined up a bit. The rain is hitting the window so loudly you're actually having trouble hearing her. And your point is, you can just zap yourself out to where the weather is drier. Fuck off. Go zap yourself. No! I'm sorry, I liked your wizard fanfiction! No. I did a fuck up. Wonder how you actually do that. Like, I guess having an image on top of an image and then animating that, but how? Like, okay, I have actually, started, trying to make a fan game of this, you know? Like, I'll explain in a second. Okay, anyway. Oh, fuck. Wrong thing, that's a tutorial. But, cool new Pesterquest. It's a fan game. I'm making a Pesterquest with a few friends. I'm doing all the programming and they're doing art and stuff since I'm a shit drawer. And then everyone's kind of doing writing, I guess. Yeah. There's not too much done at the moment. I'm not gonna show past the little recreation of the prologue, but I will show that. Because I am learning how to code. Like, I forgot why I'm actually going off on this. But yeah. Oh yeah, that's why. Preferences, turn the music down some. But yeah. I created this a bit. But this here, compared to Oh, fuck, wrong one. No, it's a code. Fuck, this. Nope. Oh god. Here. Yeah, comparing those. Yep. You can tell what happens next. And this too. Comparing that to this. Of course, mine isn't as extravagant as this has kind of multiple images fading over each other, while this only has one image because the code won't display the multiple images I had prepared for this. And I'm upset over that. Then, well, here it does this. Here, it does this. Yeah. Then, that's about it. The rest of it is kind of like some, some of the writing. No actual visual elements yet, and I'm still trying to, figure out how to make an ending actually appear on screen. But it's going pretty good. Anyway, back to the actual thing. I'll actually link the Twitter for this project in the description if you are interested by this. Because that's where announcements and little previews and whatever will be posted. Anyway. You want me to keep a secret from one of my best friends to protect the feelings of a random buffoon who I've never met and arbitrarily shut up to my house in the remote wilderness like a creep? No! Man, you guess today is the day you get owned by teens. She is totally right. What are you doing just wandering up to her house without even calling first? It's just totally disrespectful over time. No need to self-flagellate. With a simple suggestion to more critically examine your motivations and actions in the future. No, she's right. You're going. You zap away, aiming for a spot a half-mile away into the woods where you can become properly soaked and miserable, but instead of trees, you find yourself standing in front of a bank of computers. Shit, you misfired. Wait. You remember seeing a big structure off in the distance when you were in front of Rose's house. Figured it was some sort of office building, but this looks more like a factory or a secret research lab. The computers show coordinates on the screen that don't mean anything to you. The countdown clock is frozen on 4:13. All of this has the trappings of a tableau someone set up for you to use. We broke it. Suburb ain't happening. Ever. Turning away from the screen, you wander down a long line of gleaming science fiction equipment. It reminds you of pictures of old computers from the 1950s, the ones that took up entire rooms. You bet you could go back and visit some of those if you zapped hard enough. You wander through a whole maze of halls and wide echoing rooms that aren't pictured because their art budget is only so big. But take that as a certainty that they are all very mysterious. Eventually, you circle back to that strange thing of screens. Nervously, you hit a few keys, tap a few fingers against readouts. Nothing, it's all locked down. You think that if you could only get these screens unlocked, you could unravel the secrets to life, the universe, and everything. Or maybe it's your memories you're trying to unlock, and maybe then you'll understand the seething waters of this endless ocean of time and space intertwining in the meow. Meow? Meow? Oh, fuck! You turn around expecting a cat, and you do get a cat! A very adorable black kitten, tiny and soft, with far more eyes than a cat should have, But the cat isn't the only thing there. It's Momsy. There. That's frickin' great. I want to pet Mutie. They look so adorable and soft and fluffy here. Look at that. I want to pet them. I'm petting the screen and this flat surface does not give me the fluffiness I hope. Luckily, My cat is equally fluffy, so I can still get that same feeling. But still, I want to pet this cat and look at their eyes. A woman in a sleek white lab coat and sensible heels holds the cat, pinning you to the spot with her gaze, or at least you assume she is. Her hair is in her eyes and the light is behind her, so all you can see of her face are her painted lips. Sorry ma'am, you absolutely didn't mean to trespass in our secret science lab, and you actually aren't even lying, you really did just fuck up this time. The lady puts the cat down slowly, where it rolls on its back and bats up playfully in the air. Aww. Cats are great, even mutant cats, maybe especially mutant cats. Come on, look at it, it's so fluffy. Please let me pet it, like, please just let me reach my hand in the computer screen and pet it. Oh, I can't. That stuff only happens in science fiction, which coincidentally we are in. Let's continue the science fiction adventure. This little guy should have a name. You think you'll name them Cryptid McWhiskers? Yeah, Cryptid McWhiskers is a great name. In fact, can't imagine anyone ever naming this cat anything else. You hold out a hand to Cryptid McWhiskers and wiggle your fingers. It rolls on and back onto its feet and saunters over to you. It is as soft and fluffy as it looks, and its 4 eyes blink up at you with utter trust. At least this kitty will be your friend. The ominous clack of heels on cement reminds you that you and Cryptid McWhiskers are not alone. While you're busy with the kitty cat, the very intimidating and well-coiffed lady has walked over to the bank of screens. She presses a button and it must have some sort of fingerprint recognition or retinal scanning, or maybe she's just better at things than you are, because it works for her. On the floor, a few feet from you, is a round gray protrusion, a platform on the floor. You saw it earlier, but you had no idea what it was for, so you just ignored it. What you don't understand can't hurt you, right? You think that's probably right. The intimidating lady presses a button on the screen, mouth turning up at the corners. Oh, fuck! Oh, God! Pumpkin! The pumpkin is... What the fuck? This is a real pumpkin. I love it. You couldn't have just used a pumpkin from the friggin' Homestuck sprites. That would have fit the style more, you donks. Even if there aren't any actual pumpkin sprites readily available, it's not hard to make one. Like, here, look. This thing. This loading. Come on, load. Come on. There. This was the Beck pumpkin in the Act 3. And I just freaking wiped out the Beck part of it with orange. It's not that hard. You don't need to use a real-life pumpkin. A flash and a pop. Like the pressure in the room changes. You feel it in your eardrums. A pumpkin appears on the round gray platform. Okay, Roxy is the one character I do not have a voice for. Like, the only character out of all the humans and trolls, well, I guess excluding the alpha trolls, but out of all the main characters, that I have not come up with a voice for. I have no idea how to do this. Fuck. Yeah, I'll figure it out later. Probably when I actually get to Roxy. You aren't really sure what she's trying to say here. Making a pumpkin appear out of thin air is impressive, but it probably would have been more so. More so if you hadn't been popping in and out of existence all day. It's gonna take more than a pumpkin to impress you. Pumpkin? I don't know. How do I... okay, so, I guess kind of give it that High School Musical teenage girl vibe. Okay, probably not like High School Musical specifically. I've never watched that. But something like that. Like, stereotypical popular girl. How do I do that voice? I do know someone who has that voice perfectly, like as their natural voice, and I don't know what to think about that, but I don't know how to do it myself. Pumpkin? What pumpkin? Oh. Holy! Oh! What? The lady shakes her head and hits another pumpkin. Another button. The pumpkin vanishes, and in its place is a tiger. Yes, you heard that right. A whole ass tiger. Orange and black, big teeth, and big paws. For a second, the two of you just look at each other. Honestly, the tiger might be more shocked than you are. Kinda sucks to think about. 1 second, you're just chilling on the savannah, mauling antelopes and drinking out the watering hole, and... fuck. And the next, you're in a secret lab in upstate New York, staring down a very unappetizing-looking protagonist. Apparently, you are appetizing enough for it to want to get a taste, though, because it looks from you to cryptid McWhiskers and back again. Then it charges. You try to book it out of there. The lady in the lab coat looms up in front of you. She's saying something, strain to hear her. The tiger's right behind you. The lady or the tiger? At the last minute you remember you have magic powers, and you choose a third option, teleporting the fuck out of there. Oh, not again. You just zapped into yet another unknown building, although from the view outside the window, you think you might be in Rose's house. Also, the fact that Rose turned the corner in the hallway and stopped short, still in her rain gear. Her eyes are very wide. You wave awkwardly. That snaps her out of it. She stands up straight, sliding easily from shock to superiority. So you thought you just let yourself in. After wasting my time mumbling about the mail, I got a display of manipulative self-recrimination, and then popping out of existence to leave me asking myself if I'd finally lost my mind? You hadn't meant to do any of that, especially not the last part. She isn't losing her mind unless both of you are losing your minds together. Rose looks you over. Finally, she seems to decide that you are for real. Your predilection towards mailman mimicry weren't all that John told me about. Oh? He also said that you had certain powers. Powers of teleportation and time travel. I told him that he must be mistaken since it's a well-known and accepted fact that magic, although a popular and highly engaging subject of fiction, is fake as hell. Oh, your zappy powers? No, those are totally real and not fake. Real in a different way than you being a mailman is real, since that is actually made up. She still got her umbrella open. Hey, doesn't she know that's bad luck? Look, it's also fake as hell. You say you can do magic. Prove it. But she just saw you vanish out in her front yard. Like I said, I could be losing my mind. She could be losing it now at this very minute, but you see no point in arguing. You hold out a hand, and after a moment of hesitation, Rose puts her fingers in yours. Her nails are long and sharp and painted a glossy black. She closes her eyes, and her umbrella droops. Should I picture my room or something similar? I'm not quite sure how this is supposed to work. She still thinks you're fucking with her. You tell her that you guess she can do that if she wants. Well, I can't skip it, so I'm assuming this is something new. Zap, when you open your eyes, you find this... Zap, when you open your eyes, you find yourself in a large, messy bedroom. Oh, she drops her umbrella. You really did that. Her boots track muddy prints into the thick white carpet. Surprise, you really are magic. Okay. That's interesting. So I guess Go look for her. I guess that opening thing doesn't actually matter, huh? Go look for her. You're too anxious to sit still, and you aren't the sort of person who just sits there and waits for friend opportunities to fall into their lap. Better to run headlong into danger, or as much danger as a minimalist upper middle class house in the middle, or as much danger as a minimalist upper middle class house in the middle of the woods can offer. Oh, so that's the tongue twister. Minimalist upper middle class house in the middle of the woods. Minimalist upper middle class house in the hard to say. Rose had told you that it isn't safe. You creep out into the hallway where a bunch of things happen more or less simultaneously. A deluge of quick-time events that you had no idea were coming. Lightning flashes in a perfect jagged line across the tall window at the end of the hall, followed immediately by a crash of thunder so loud you think the house might be falling down. Abruptly, all the lights go out. Oh fuck. Another flash of lightning, and for a vertiginous moment, you see a long, thin figure superimposed against the window. You freak the fuck out, jumping about a foot in the air and yelling like a cat. A small hand lands on your shoulder, and you jump again. Calm down, it's just me. Rose speaks in a normal tone of voice, and it's jarring. The house is echoey and cavernous, and there's just something about a dark house on a stormy evening that makes you want to whisper. I told you to stay put for a reason. It's too early for my mother to be soft enough not to notice random strangers in the house. I don't want to go through the tedious process of explaining who you are. You have a perfectly understandable reason for why you left. And that reason is that you were lonely. Rose snorts. Cold? You mean you were cold? Well, you are soaking wet. Follow me. She grabs you by the wrist and tows you down the hall. You wonder if you should warn her about the strange wraith-like creature you saw by the window, but you don't want to freak her out, although her mom might be at risk too. Whatever, moms are tough, she'll be fine. This probably isn't the first time she's gone toe-to-toe with a weird slender man. This house looks haunted as shit. Oh, the laundry room, that's a new area. Rose brings you to a dark laundry room, and then motions you to take off your hoodie, which you do, gladly because it's soaking wet. That's interesting. The design on the front, does it mean anything? Oh, yeah, it is kinda cool, a blue line that zigzags on one end like lightning. Looking at it makes you feel unsettled. You realize Rose is still waiting for a response, so you just hand her the hoodie and tell her no, you're pretty sure it's just an abstract sign. Then you stand there while she tosses the sweatshirt in the dryer, feeling the alarming currents of memory in your bloodstream. You're sure there must be something you forgot to do. You continue to feel weird as Rose hits the dryer button and then nothing happens. The house is dark for a reason. The power is out, you dump! Da. She hits the button a few more times, as if that will make a bit of a difference when the power is out. She presses her thumb and forefinger to the bridge of her nose. Well, you aren't going to fit into anything of mine. She leads you down more long, dark hallways. Man, this house is unreasonably huge. You ask Rose if a lot of people live here. No, it's just me, my mother, and a hoard of liquids not soluble in water. Here, try not to drip on the carpet. You aren't sure how you're supposed to manage that, but okay. What? This room is large and dark, and Rose parts the curtains. A flash of lightning illuminates a four-poster bed, a long counter, and a shelf covered head to foot in bottles. Rose vanishes through another door, leaving you to peruse. This is all liquor. Shit, this is a lot of booze. Here, I'm not sure what you would want to wear, but this should work until the power comes back on and we can dry your clothes. Rose hands you a long silk robe. She won't miss this. I don't think she's ever even worn it. She has this whole closet full of fantastic clothes that she never puts on. You take the robe and go into the large master bedroom. It's kind of a mess. The tub looks like it hadn't been cleaned in a long time. The robe gives you the same odd feeling of familiarity that looking at your hoodie did, but You put it on anyway. It's a relief to get out of your wet clothes. You hang them carefully on the shower rod. When you head back out into the bedroom, you find Rose standing in front of the wall of liquor. She's holding a bottle of Grey Goose and squinting at the label like she's trying to read the nutrition facts. I've often wondered what exactly the merits of consuming this are. It tastes quite literally like burning. So yeah, this obviously isn't her mom's room. Or maybe it is, but I don't know. In Homestuck, like, she had never seen her mom's room, and when she finally got into it, it was from the Skynet laboratory, and in that, like, there's a little bedroom setup in said laboratory. So I don't know. This very well could just be a spare bedroom that has a wine bar in it. Like, who knows? It tastes quite literally like burning. She opens the bottle, and before you can protest that she is in by no means a legal drinking age, and wherever the fuck you are, she puts the bottle to her mouth and takes a sip. She splutters. Bleh! This is terrible! You could have told her that. Straight vodka isn't for the uninitiated, even fancy vodka. You then take the bottle from her. She hesitates for a moment, then lets it go. You set it back on the shelf. This really is, quite an impressive liquor cabinet, liquor wall, liquor room. Her mom must really have a refined palate. Don't strain yourself. You can say it. What's the point of mincing words? She's a fucking alcoholic. Wow, this is intense. You're not sure if you're prepared for something this heavy. You were kind of counting on some silly shenanigans, maybe a couple of funny jokes. You aren't cut out for this. You get the feeling that, at some point, you might have been cut out for this. You might have been the sort of person your friends or potential friends could count on. In fact, you know on some level that this is true, but whenever you try to nail down any sort of specifics, find a gaping lacuna in your experiences. It's all just white noise. Rose's shoulders slump as she stands surveying her mother's bottles. She doesn't even have the decency to hide her distasteful habits. Who needs an entire wall of liquor bottles? She doesn't have people over. She doesn't have any friends. This is all just for me, just more of her passive-aggressive act as a femme fatale 1950s housewife with a death wish. You know, now that I do really think about it, so, also in Homestuck, we know what happened to Jane and Jake when they landed in the Beta universe, but we don't actually know what happened to Dirk or Roxy. Like, what was Roxy's childhood like? Who raised her? And, what about Dirk for that matter? Like, why did Dirk well, okay, obviously Dirk didn't think it was really okay to act the way he did, but, like, if it wasn't for fucking little Cal, he wouldn't, but it's just a lot to think about, really. I don't know. Basically, I like speculating. It's just like the wizards. Wizards? Don't worry about it. You know how long it's been since I've had a home-cooked meal? And I'm not saying that I require or even deserve a lovingly crafted culinary masterpiece every time I sit down to eat. That's going a bit far. I know John complains about being plagued by fatherly concern every chance he gets. He is overwhelmed by pastries whenever he ventures from his room. I'm glad my mother doesn't poke her considerable nose into my private affairs. I'm back, and I have a cat. The cat that is arguably just as fluffy as Mutie. The cryptid McWhiskers, or whatever the frick. But I'm sick of eating oatmeal. Rose, I told you, don't worry about it. But you will worry about it. You worry about all your friends, all 2 of them. Rose smiles with half of her mouth. It seems to be about all she can manage. I just got back. Why? The cat escaped the room. Anyway. Lightning crashes. She looks so small and sad against this wall of bottles. You know how to fix this. Thunder rolls and you clench your fist. A friendship clench. You don't know who you are. You don't know why you're here, but you do know that surely you have these powers for a reason. And what better reason than helping a poor young girl with her troubled home life? Rolling up your floppy sleeves, you get to work. What are you doing? You start with the dark liquors first. In your experiences, those cause worse hangovers and are more likely to contribute to the absence of hot, motherly meals and the overconsumption of oatmeal. You grab 2 bottles of rum and 1 of bourbon, which you tuck in one armpit. Then you zap out of the house into a clearing in the nearby woods a couple of hours ago, before it started raining. You drop the bottles and go back for more. Are you just stealing all my mother's liquor? Is this your solution to her alcoholism? Don't worry, Rose can thank you later. God damn it. Wait for this cutscene. Let's do that again. Just to make sure. Because I didn't comprehend it. Yeah, she looks angry. You go for the tequila next and the vodka, then you get sick of this organized approach and just start grabbing whatever the fuck and dumping it in the past. Oh my god, Rose watches you do this for a while, and then she hops up on the counter, crosses her legs, and starts texting. Wow, she's really so intent on the conversation that she isn't even noticing you fixing your domestic situation. She keeps giving you little fleeting looks, and you're pretty sure she must be talking about you. You should just let her talk. It isn't right to try to invade your friend's privacy. You attempt to resist the temptation, which you fail at immediately. Not even an overused meme can save you. You zap behind her onto the counter where you can spy her private correspondence. Ooh. I'll be back again. I can't have 5 minutes to myself, can I? Luckily, I plan on recording the next episode when my grandma's at the store tomorrow, so there should likely be 0 to very little interruptions. Alright, anyway, Rose and Jade, a rather rare occurrence. They don't really talk to each other much in Homestuck, so it's nice to actually see that. I don't know anything about them, I'm sorry. And here with me trying to take advantage of your uncanny ability to make guesses verging on prognostication. I'm recently reconsidering a re-evaluation on magic. You don't know who this person is, maybe you should just... You go back in time a couple minutes to when Rose started her conversation. Your past self is busy zapping back and forth carrying liquor bottles. You hunker down so you don't see yourself in cognitive paradox or whatever the fuck. Oh boy. Tentacle therapists began pestering Garnostic. Out of a morbid curiosity, to shine a light on my future, I come with metaphorical hat in hand to ask you to consult your dream clouds. Do you happen to know anything about a strange cardboard cutout creature masquerading as a mailman? Are you sleeping? Sorry, I had to scold Beck. He's been acting really weird all of a sudden. Anyway, is this the same mailman that John was talking about? The fake one who hung out with him? That's the one. They're currently emptying my mother's liquor cabinet in an attempt to prevent her from overindulging herself. Are they drinking it? No, I think they're just dropping it into the woods with their magic powers. Do they know that she could just go out and buy more liquor? That's something you can do where you live, right? Yes, well, not exactly where we live. I think the nearest boozery is a good 20-minute drive. I'm not actually entirely sure where my mother got it all. We don't own a car as far as I know. Sometimes it seems like she has the ability to just make things appear. I don't know anything about them, I'm sorry. And here with me trying to take advantage of your uncanny ability to make guesses verging on prognostication, as I am recently considering a evaluation on magic. I'm still pretty sure magic is fake, at least the kind of magic you're talking about. There's probably some real magic out there somewhere. Yes, for instance, the sort that lets you spawn your hostess private correspondence while you're stealing her mother's libations. You freeze. With a contrite zap, you reappear in front of Rose. She sets her phone down and props her chin up on a delicate fist. Sorry, you honestly don't know what got into you. You just couldn't resist using your power for evil. Haven't you heard that with great power comes great responsibility? Rose is right. She's totally right. You've only had this power for like a day, so you still aren't used to the idea of being able to just zap all over the narrative. Clearly, you did not appreciate the implications. Zapping all over the narrative sounds potentially stressful. Oh, you bet. You are incredibly stressed right now. I think that's a Hive Swap reference. Rose laughs. You apologize to her for stealing all your mom's drinks. That was kind of overzealous of you. No, actually I thought it was hilarious. I've never really been one for pranks. That's always fallen more in John's wheelhouse, but there's nothing wrong in occasionally stepping outside one's comfort zone. Let's do the vodka next. The two of you working together gets the place cleared out pretty quick. Zap Rose along with you to the bright clearing in the field, and for a moment she just stands in the sunbeam blinking up at the cloudless sky. Her expression says she still might not be totally convinced any of this is happening. When all the liquor has been transferred from the bedroom to the woods in a big glittering dragon sort of booze, you and Rose fall down next to it in a messy heap. Well, you fall into a messy heap. Rose lowers her. Well, you fall into a messy heap. Rose lowers herself daintily, sitting more on her knees than her butt, probably to keep her skirts from getting dirty. You get the idea that even though she lives in the middle of nowhere, she doesn't spend a ton of time outside. You tell her again that you're sorry you spied on her correspondence with her green friend Gigi. Also, you hope she isn't going to get in trouble with her mom. I'm not unduly concerned. I'll tell her where it all is in a couple days, although by that time I'm sure at least a good third of it will be water damage. I'm sure this will have fantastic implications for our relationship and not at all exacerbate the emotional problems underlying her addiction. You laugh awkwardly. Well, now you kind of just feel like an asshole. Rose lies back on the grass and raises her hand to trace the curves of a fluffy white cloud. She closes her eyes. Perhaps it's just projection on my part or wishful thinking, but ever since I met you, I feel like something has changed. Or rather, something has failed to change, if that makes any sense. It's probably nothing. Her eyes flicker back open, endlessly purple, fixed on the sky like she can see something beyond it. And once again, you feel that there's something really crucial that you forgot. But at least you made a new friend, and even if you don't think Rose's brand would ever allow her to call you such, you're lying in a sunny clearing next to a pile of alcohol, and honestly, it doesn't get much friendlier than that. Victory! We're back in a frickin' robe, huh? I mean, that's good, I guess. This is nice, though. I like this. Ooh. Anyway, that's what's Friend Sim volume. Oh wow, you actually can't see the warnings unless you actually click on one of these. Well, that's one way to make up for it, but with great power. You helped Rose with her mother's alcoholism. Your method was surely foolproof. Cryptid McWhiskers. You participated in the time-honored tradition of renaming someone else's familiar. Aw, that's great. So, I guess the rest of these are like gonna be alternate route. Why is Vriska? Well, I do know that Vriska's route does have like something which has more than 2 paths from it, so I think something relating to flarping where you can name yourself, and I think it has a vast error reference. Yeah, out of all of these, Vriska is probably the one I got spoiled the most about. All I do know is Vriska did not have good writing. In some aspects, at least. Like, we'll see. I could just be wrong, but from what I've heard, it is bad writing. Oh well. Well, next time we'll be doing A King's Feast of Ass. Season pass. What's season pass? What is this? Season pass content. Oh, like bonus packs. All right, so there might be more. I did hear something about a bonus volume, so I guess it makes sense. What about the okay? Roads. Yeah, that's okay. I think I'll try and avoid looking at the names of the rest of them, but please support the Trevor Project. Good though. I do like these shitposty names though. Oh. Okay, yes, some of them were reused. What the fuck is Terezi's though? Like, okay. Two chords. I'll probably just name this one something normal. Oh no, wait, oh geez, all beans. 24/7 lo-fi anime beats that question your sexuality too. Dave had like 3 themes. Jade's theme. James Roach feat. Speak and Say. Carefree Victory remix. Pesterquest QR code. Check the metadata. Pesterquest metadata? I know what metadata is, but I don't know how to actually, check it. Do I know it? Actually, maybe I don't know what that is. Google. Bing gives you results from sites you trust. Yeah, but you're unreliable. There we go. So, do you have to check the metadata? Maybe the achievement isn't broken and Terezi just still touch it. Oh god. Okay, that's. Oh yeah, there's a Roxy announcement. Looking forward to it. Oh, that's homesick too. Fuck. Okay, I'll end this in a second. Okay, let's just end this before it's too late. Thank you for watching. I'm really enjoying this so far. I do wonder how they fuck up the trolls, but I don't really think they'll actually mess it up that bad. Looking forward to it though. Although fuck Gamzee. Just screw him, he's terrible. Anyway, goodbye!